What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on the HermitCraft server. Guys, last episode, as you saw, we put up these walls in the base, and it's looking pretty cool. We're kind of like separating the base into different rooms. Yeah. So we got this room done last episode, and we did that room last episode. And since then, I've done a few more things. We took care of our nether portal. We turned it into a cube, in fact. So yeah, it is technically 4 nether portals, but it's a cube nether portal. Looks much nicer. We have our deep slate stairs replacing the, what was it, stone brick that we had there, and then we put this little topper thing on top just to kind of make it look a little bit more finished. Yeah, so the topper thing is made out of black stone like our walls. The stairs leading up is made out of deep slate like our floor. I think it's looking pretty okay. I'm not sure if that's going to be the final design. It looks better than what it did. I don't know. So yeah. Also installed these other 2 rooms. Yep, so we got that going on. And there was a problem with this. Yeah, so originally when I laid out, oh yeah, I also moved the bees here. So our bees are no longer in the center of this room. They are installed in the wall and made to look like a permanent thing because they are a permanent thing. I think it's looking pretty good back there, honestly. We are currently collecting combs, and we got quite a bit. I did a little bit of AFK session here, and yeah, we got a lot of combs going on. Those are for us to eventually wax the outside of the base and get the copper going. But as I was saying, there was a problem with these rooms as I had originally laid them out. So originally we had made these rooms 1 block wide walls, and then I marked the center point. All right, so we marked the center point and it was like, okay, this is the center of the room and that's the center point over here, and all was good when we are dealing with 1 block rooms. Since then, you can kind of see that the wall has grown a bit from 1 block to 5 blocks. So I kind of laid out a little mock-up over here what we're dealing with. So say this is like the room layout, this is the center, right? And that's the center of that wall back there. We grew the wall to be 5 blocks wide. Okay, so we ended up losing 2 blocks of space this way. And then we bring the wall all the way over to the corner, and then we bring it all the way down over here. You can see we've lost 2 blocks of space here. So essentially, what happened, this is no longer the center because we've lost that bit of space. The next block over is the center. Yeah. So our doors were all off center of the center of the room by 1 block. The lights, which we had centered based on the room layout of this, were now all off center by 1 block. Oh my goodness, guys. So yeah, we had to literally move the door over and then all of the lights once again, move those all over. That was quite the task. But yeah, all of the lights are officially moved. They are all centered on the now center doors. Hopefully this is the last time I have to make any of those kinds of changes. I love doing work in Minecraft. I don't like having to redo my work in Minecraft. Yeah, that's one of the not so fun tasks. Have you guys ever built something and then realized that you built it wrong, fixed it, and then realized it was still wrong? Yeah, that's what I experienced with this particular project. And that's one of those things that's going to happen. Like when you build something, you don't really know the entire plan of what you're building. Yeah. Anyway, so the room is now perfect. TM. Hopefully it'll stay that way. In this room over here, behind the wall, we used to have our bamboo farm. But I decided to make it into a more permanent looking structure, similar to how we've done our bees over here and similar to how we did our storage room by putting this little border thing around it, making it look like an actual thing. So yeah, we have our bamboo farm going on over here. There's quite a lot of bamboo in here. I wonder if it just harvested. Or maybe there's something broken. We should probably take a look. Let's go into free cam. Let's take a look. Is our minecart broken? The minecart is right here. It's not moving. Did it? Okay, hold on. I'm confused. Did it like just pick up a whole bunch of stuff, or like why is it not going? This says there's stuff in here. Why is that not? Oh, oh, a pale oak plank made it in there. Okay. Well, I'm not actually sure how that happened because I was testing this out and made sure this all worked, and yeah, apparently this hasn't been working for a little bit of time. Weird. That literally just broke within the last 5 minutes. I was watching the hopper minecart actually drop stuff off. Oh boy. Okay, well, so much for that reveal. Yeah, so we moved the bamboo farm from like the temporary thing that we had behind the wall to a more permanent thing where we can actually see it. I put in some lights down here so we can kind of match the lighting for the rest of the base. And, you know, the bamboo actually need a little bit of light in order to grow. But yeah, it is just the 2 blocks set up here. So the bamboo will grow up one in front of the piston. And then when it grows up one more time in front of the observer up above, that sends a redstone signal down to these pistons. And then it knocks the bamboo off, as we have seen. Okay, and then we have the auto crafter back there. I got an inventory full of bamboo I'll have to deal with in a little bit. But yeah, we got the bees set up. Like I said earlier, we're collecting the combs because I do think we are eventually going to change these blocks from skeleton horse, from just being completely oxidized to a gradient of oxidization, one of those words. So yeah, it'll be completely unoxidized at the top, completely oxidized at the bottom, and then we'll have like a gradient leading up, similar to how the pyramid was when we first built it. It seemed like a lot of people liked the way it looked, and I did too. I thought I was gonna like it better completely oxidized, but I have changed my mind since then. So yeah, we have the bees collecting combs over here in order to accomplish those things. So a project I wanted to work on today is going to involve this room down here. This would be our southwest room. Yeah, so this room, I believe we are going to turn into a super smelter. So that means we're going to need to get lava generation going on, or I guess we could use our bamboo farm, but we'd need a much bigger bamboo farm, I'm pretty sure, in order to accommodate it. So yeah, I think we are just going to go ahead and utilize our furnaces that we have over here. We're gonna pick all these up and move them. We also, that guy's moving really fast. We also need to get our lava cauldrons. We're gonna need a lot of lava hooked up in order to generate lava buckets, and all of this needs to go away. This was really supposed to be temporary. It's been here for a month or two, maybe a little bit longer by now. Anyway, that's all gotta go, so I'm gonna go ahead and sleep and make it daytime and not get blown up by a creeper, hopefully. Yeah, so we will go ahead and tear all that stuff down and hopefully bring it into the base over here and start turning it into a thing. I would like to have an automated setup where we can dump all of our items into, like, I don't know, a chest or something or other. Press a button, pull a lever, whatever. Have all the items that are in that chest go through all of the furnaces. Yeah, and then we want the fuel to automatically go into the furnaces, and then since we're using lava buckets, we want the buckets to come back and hopefully be separated from whatever else we're smelting. So these are a few things that I'm going to look at doing. But yeah, I guess first things first, gotta wait for all those mobs to despawn. We'll go out there, collect that stuff, and then we'll be back. Right, so I went ahead and I tore down our old lava generator and we moved it over into here. So this is significantly bigger than it was outside. This is 19 by 3. So yeah, we can do nearly 60 buckets of lava at a time, which is going to be pretty good. We want to make sure that we have a large supply, and this might be too big. I might end up trimming it down. I don't know. I feel like this is about the size that we want though. That way we're like always producing lava and we have a lot ready to go. But yeah, I have these lava cauldrons sitting above hoppers, and those hoppers feed into a large chest here. One of the problems I've had with these in the past is you put buckets into your inventory and then you go and grab lava or something, and because they don't stack, you just throw it on the ground, or if you're hovering over, you throw it into the lava cauldron and then it deletes the bucket. Yeah. Anyway, so with this setup here, if a bucket were to go into, let me do this. If a bucket were to go into here, let me just cue that in there. It doesn't actually sizzle. It doesn't get deleted. It gets picked up by the hopper and ends up over here. So that is going to be really nice for us to just spam all of our buckets, not really worry if it's going to fall in or how full our inventory is, all of this kind of stuff. And then if our inventory is really full, like we can pick up any that happen to land on the center, like on these rims or whatever, and don't get picked up by the hoppers. Anyway, I think this is just going to be a much better setup than what I've done in the past. So yeah, we got a whole bunch of the dripstone. I had to go and collect more of this. I actually didn't have quite enough. I think I only had like 40 pieces of dripstone total before. And yeah, we needed a bit more than that. So anyway, we're collecting a lot of lava here. We have a way to collect it with the hoppers from underneath in case our inventory is full. And then they all get dispensed right here. This is where they end up. So the next step is what are we going to do with these lava buckets? Well, we need to have a place. And I'm probably going to have like a storage thing like right into this wall here, somewhere around here. I'm not actually sure, but I kind of felt like, yeah, we collect the lava, it all gets collected here, and then we turn around, fill up our inventory, turn around, fill up our lava, whatever we're going to do, our fuel station. And then, yeah, that's going to go into wherever our super smelters are going to end up. And that is the next step. I did end up... Are they in here? No, they're in my inventory. I did end up with 32 furnaces. That's how much we did before. So I think we're probably going to stick with that. Half a stack at a time. It seems like a pretty good amount. I think that's the size that I made our super smelter before in, was it season 9? Yeah, and I like the way that turned out, the rate in which we were smelting things. So I think that's what we're going to go with again. So I'm going to continue on with this project. I'm going to figure out where our smelter array is going to go. It's probably up against this wall, I think. And then we'll be back in a little bit to check it out. So the very beginning of our super smelter has taken place here. So we got 16 furnaces on this side and we got 16 furnaces on this side. This is very hopper intensive. Each one of these furnaces needs 3 hoppers. We need one in the back for the fuel, one in the top for the item that is being smelted, and one on the bottom to extract the smelted item, and in our case, the empty bucket. Once the lava bucket gets used up, it gets, I don't know if it actually goes to the output slot, if it just gets pulled out from the fuel slot. Either way, we need that removed so the next bucket of lava can go in so we can continue to smelt later on. So we have both the empty buckets and the smelted items coming through both sides of these hoppers. So what I've done is I have installed an item filter down here. Well, I guess 2 item filters, one for each side. So the items come out of the hoppers and they come along into this hopper, about to go in this chest. But this item filter down below is looking to see if we have any empty buckets. And if an empty bucket comes through, it will pull it out of this hopper line, out of this hopper feed, and it drops down and it'll go into that chest down there. So I did end up having to use, 38 sticks in here, plus the bucket in order to ensure that when a bucket comes through, it'll get filtered. So if we do that, we should have a bucket down here now. Okay, let's do it again. Bucket, it goes through the filter and it ends up down here. If it's any other item, so for instance, this top chest has nothing in it. If we put in, I don't know, 7 of that plus a bucket, we can see 7 items end up here, and the bucket ends up down there. Perfect. So it'll do the same thing on both sides. It's just essentially a mirror of each other. So all of our smelted items are in the top chest here, right? Right in the center between our furnaces. We can come and collect it. And down below, this is where our buckets will end up being. Probably going to change this out to a stair as well, so just so I have an easier way to get down here. If we fall down, then we got to jump out. It's just going to be a little annoying unless I change that. So we're still working on it. We're still working on it. So then we need a way to distribute the items into these furnaces, which I am going to be using a minecart with chest on powered rails. So we'll have powered rails all the way along here, and it's going to go all the way down to the very end. And then I think we poke out through this block there, and then I'll bounce off something off this hopper. So we want to like just go off this hopper, bounce off something, and then come back again. So I'll drop off an item once, and then on the way back, it'll drop off another item. And it should distribute evenly amongst all of these furnaces is the idea. So it's going to be kind of the same thing for the fuel. So we'll have another minecart. I think it's a hopper minecart we're using for this one. We'll come along here dropping off lava buckets, and then we'll have that. Well, I guess that block's probably going to need to be gone as well. We'll have it come out one, turn the corner, and then bounce off, and then go all the way back down again to get some more lava buckets. I think that's the way that's going to end up happening. So yeah, we have our fuel. We come back over here, and we go into cheaty camera. So we have, this is where our fuel is going to be. So we're going to need some kind of a chest and loading station right here for the minecart, right? So it's going to come over here, pick up some of the fuel, and then it's going to head on back and try and drop some off. And then I don't know where we're going to put the item input for this. It kind of makes sense that they're relatively close together, I would assume, right? So like we walk in here, maybe we'll just have it like in this general area. Yeah, we can fill up fuel over here. We're doing fuel, we fill it up, whatever. But like on the normal basis, we'll be coming into this room, and then we can come over somewhere around here and drop some items off, and then flip a lever, and this will all turn on. I think that's how this is going to work. Well, anyway, I'm going to do a little bit more work on this, try and get those rails installed, maybe get the finishing touches, and we'll give this a go. All right, so here we go. We got ourselves our super smelter. I put a border around it. That way it's looking more like a finished thing. We have the 16 furnaces on the one side, 16 on the other. We took a look at that earlier, and then, yeah, it's kind of hard to make this look good. I guess I could probably throw a plank in there, maybe on this side. Yeah, that way we'd cover that up. But then we get down to this level, and then you can see all the hoppers down here and this kind of stuff. So I'm not really sure what we can do about that to make this look much better. Maybe we could throw some blocks like here so we don't see beyond this hopper into like the back rooms area. I don't know. Anyway, I was trying to like make this look as good as I can with the limited amount of space and the way we got this laid out. So let's go into free cam a little bit. So yeah, we have our powered rails up top, so that's going to be delivering the items, and then that bounces off this wall back here, and then it goes back through, around, and then over to its loading station, which is right here. We have a lever where we can flip it on, and then that will send this minecart on its way to go deliver the items to the furnaces over here. And then this is where we're putting our lava. So the lava goes into that chest. We are extracting through this hopper into this minecart with chest, and then that's going to be sent along this rail. It's using that same power signal from the lever on the other side of this block here. We do a repeater into this block, sends that signal down to this redstone. That comes over here, and that powers this minecart through this repeater, which probably doesn't actually need to be a repeater, honestly. And then it also sends it this way, which will power the rail underneath this minecart here through that block. Anyway, so both of these minecarts get sent on their way. The lava gets delivered to the back. The items get delivered to the top. And then all the items, as we saw before, come through the hoppers on the bottom side of the furnaces here. And then, yeah, they get sorted. The empty buckets go to the bottom, and the smelted items should end up in the top. Now, I haven't actually given this a try. Yeah, pretty silly that I haven't, but I haven't yet. Pretty sure this is going to work. Let's give it a try. Let's give it, let's do like this. Much sand. I don't have any more sand than this, so we'll put in this bit here. Okay, so what I'm expecting to happen, we flip the lever, we watch all the items get delivered. We should see 16 buckets enter this bottom chest, and then we should see 16 things of glass. I'm sorry, we should see 32 buckets enter the bottom. We should see 32, half a stack of glass enter into here, and then there'll be like a few second pause before we see the next batch of 32 enter. Yeah, and then the minecart that's delivering the fuel should be coming back here. Now, there is a problem that I have discovered, and it's just inherent with using hoppers. We're using a minecart with chests, so we are limited by the speed of the hopper. So this minecart's going to be coming back here and then just bouncing off the wall over and over again. It's really only going to give this hopper enough time to put in one lava bucket. I am thinking one lava bucket into the minecart every time it bounces back and forth. I'm almost thinking it might be worthwhile to swap this minecart with chest to a minecart, to a hopper minecart. That way it can pull items out of this hopper, and then the hopper can also push items. I don't know. And then that minecart, if it's a minecart with hopper, will be running underneath the same line that we are sending the items with, so that might end up pulling items out of that minecart. Is that how that works? Can the minecart with hopper pull the items out of the minecart up above? I don't actually know if you can do that or not, but that's just another consideration. If that's the case, I guess I can move this rail out by one. Anyway, so let's give this a go. Hopefully everything is going to work. We got our items in here, and we got plenty of fuel. This is all full. That hopper's full, and the minecart with chest is full, and this is all the buckets that I had. So I would have made this completely full, but I'm out of buckets. Anyway, so let's go ahead and turn this on. All right, what do we got? So there, oh yeah, everything's working correctly. All the furnaces are turning on. Perfect. So we should see one item, no, I guess two items in every one of these. Each one has a lava bucket, which is great. Let's take a look at the output here. So yeah, 2 stacks of buckets. That's what we expected. And then 32 glass. Okay, so now we should wait just a little bit, and then the next batch of 32 is coming along. We're just kind of waiting on hopper speed. That's a fast smelt for a stack of glass, I gotta say. That's not bad at all. Yeah, so it's almost perfect by the time all of the items collect into the large chest. The next batch of items come through. Yeah, so it's just like a 2 or 3 second wait. Not bad at all. Okay, so we got our 2 stacks of buckets back. So I can come back over here, grab more lava, do the thing. Make sure we get plenty of lava going here. Oh, and then we need this one. Like so, like so. All that gets collected down into here, and then my inventory's full, so I can drop these off. Yeah, you can see it only took like 4 buckets of lava out of here. So, yeah, I'm thinking swapping that with a minecart with hopper might be better. I haven't tried that yet, but I expect it'd be able to pull like 2, maybe 3 at a time, bouncing back and forth. Otherwise, we could do some like redstone things and like a detector rail and kind of like wait until it's full before we send this off. That is another possibility we could do. Anyway, I think I'm pretty happy with the way this has turned out. Yeah, there's a few things I've been thinking about as I built this. I'm not so sure I like having the lava here in the center of the room. Well, I mean, out in the middle, out in the open. Let's put it that way. I'm not so sure I like it here. I might end up putting it into the wall. Maybe. So, like, you got 3 cauldrons, right? And we got enough room back here where we could have the 3 cauldrons in here. So, like, we come up to the wall and then we right-click and do our thing. So it'd be set up exactly the same, except not just kind of like in the room like this. But the other thing is, if we put that into the wall, then we're just gonna have like a big room with nothing in it other than the smelter there and then like some lava over here. I don't know. These are just kind of some things I'm thinking about. I think it probably would be better to put this into the wall just because it's not like particularly good to look at. Otherwise, I could like frame it with some things and, you know, make it look a little bit nicer. I don't know. These are just some things that I'm kind of thinking about. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. About our lava drip system here, if we could make any improvements to this. The other thing that I would like to make improvements to is our lava storage, because currently we can only hold 1 large chest worth of stuff. So it might be that I change where this minecart gets loaded from, have like that 1 large chest go into a, like have this hopper go into another large chest and then that go into another large chest, just so we have like more storage of lava or something. Yeah, because with this amount, like we can do a lot of smelting, but not a crazy amount of smelting. And then also, if I wanted to do more than a chest worth of stuff here, I would like to have a way where I can put in bulk stuff to be smelted. Anyway, these are just things that I'm kind of thinking about. Them. Take a look over here. Yeah, we have done quite a bit, and then should be nothing else in the bottom. So yeah, guys, I think pretty happy with our super smelter action here. This is probably not the final design. No, it definitely works. It's getting the job done. We're able to smelt bulk, and I like that. But yeah, might make some tweaks to this over time. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But yeah, that's it. Have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.